Good morning. It's probably my favorite time of day to be at the lake. Water's like glass. Still kind of crisp. Pretty cool this morning. But it's beautiful out. Take a look at the water here. I don't know if you can see it with the sun. They had a couple big family reunions up here this weekend. So there was music going late into the night. And a lot of people having their good times. Didn't affect us too much. We were able to go to sleep pretty early. But definitely a busy park. Lots of people. Lots of people really enjoy this place. A lot of our good camping memories have all been made here. Very special place to me. I really never went into why it is I'm going to Leadville. Some of you that know me and know me well know that I had a little dog that you would never think you could learn a lot from a dog, but I did. I'd seen him the first time I saw him was at a Tractor Supply parking lot. Lady was giving away puppies, and we actually had some puppies we were giving away, and I was there and talked to the lady, and she said that she had Chiweenies to get rid of, and I said, I've got these little just mixed puppies that were from the house, trying to get them homes. And I managed, all of our puppies went pretty quick. They're very cute. They were fun little dogs. And she said, well, I've just got one left. She said, but nobody's going to want him because she said he's handicapped. I said, okay. She said, yeah. She said, we're just going to take him home and we'll do away with it. And I said, no, let me look at him. And I took a look at him. He had one leg that was a lot shorter than the other three. A very curved spine. It was kind of different looking. I'll put a picture in of him so you can kind of see. When I first met him and picked him up, he growled at me, and he licked my nose, and he went home with me that day. On my way home, I could see the gratitude and the gratefulness in his face, and we developed a bond, a really special bond, very quickly. I had to take him to the vet and get him checked out and stuff. He had some health troubles. Got real sick. He had lots of health troubles. He got real sick, and by then he and I were super tight. I made him a promise in the waiting room of the vet hospital that I would give him the very best life I could give him, as long as I could possibly afford it. So my little Scooter and I, we made countless vet visits, specialty visits. We had chiropractic work done. We had B12 injections. We had different medications that we were on, different medications that we couldn't be on. He was allergic to lots of the different antibiotics and things like that. So I had an amazing vet, someone I have always viewed as a very good friend, that I think the world of. aside from being an amazing vet, she's just an amazing person. But in December of 23, I lost my little Scooter. Probably one of the most devastating moments of my life. I've always been a runner, always been a triathlete, those type things. And I lost Scooter, and it was like I lost my purpose. I didn't care to run anymore. I didn't care to do a whole lot anymore. But then I got thinking about his life. Scooter was on this earth a little over 5 years. He struggled every day. And I was told early on that he would never see a couple years of age. 5.5 was a pretty good life for a little guy that had to fight for every single day. And I got thinking about it, and I thought, you're busy feeling sorry for yourself and upset about the fact that he's gone. But he taught me so much, showed me so much love. I wanted to do something in honor of him. I was laying in bed one night, late. I a lot of times don't sleep real well through the night. And I woke up and I said, I'm going to race Leadville. And poor Sarah woke up out of the dead sleep and she says, that's good, honey. And I said, I'm going to race Leadville, and I'm going to race it for Scoot. So I started looking up the ways to get there. The first was racing the Austin Rattler. I'm a road runner by time, by experience. Austin Rattler was my first attempt at a trail race, long distance trail race. I had raced a few 10-milers, things like that, but nothing big. I mean, like a 50K. Raced the Austin Rattler, drastically underestimated it, or overestimated myself. In order to get to Leadville, you have to have a coin, or there's a couple other options. I raced my heart out at Austin for a coin. Nowhere even close to one of the coin slots. After they do the coins, they do a lottery for 25 additional slots. Waited, hoped, came up a little short. Decided though that my journey to Leadville was just beginning, and just like I talk about how Scoot dealt with so much and setbacks and bad days and good days and these things, I thought, no, I'm not done yet. So I got looking into the alternatives, and I found one of the ways that you can go to Leadville would be if you participate in the run camp. The run camp is a 3-day camp that they do a couple months before the race. Actually, they're on the course with some of the course people that set it up, that do it, that organize it, that do all those things. Which I thought, man, that'd be a great idea, because it gives me the opportunity to see the course, to run on it. Being from East Texas, our elevation is virtually none, and I'll be racing at over 10,000 feet. Called the race company, talked to them. She said, yeah, that's a great option. She said, just know that it sells out fast. On the day that the race things opened up to where you could enter for the lottery, for those things, I was sitting in a grocery store parking lot in a little town in the middle of nowhere, because we were deer hunting, and we drove into town so I'd have good enough signal that I could get in touch with the websites. And right as it opened, I signed up. and secured my spot going to Leadville. Now that doesn't mean that my journey was then complete, because I still have to get there. Since then, I've ran the Houston Half Marathon. I ran the 5x5K, which was a lot of fun, a race that I hope to do again. Ran the Woodlands Half Marathon. I was scheduled to run Ironman Texas, or race Ironman Texas this year, but I chose to pull off a bit because it's much more important to me that I focus solely on my running, because 100 miles is a long ways to go. So I went ahead and pulled off of Ironman Texas for this year. I'll race it next year. I've got several other smaller races up to about a half marathon coming up that are trail-oriented races that should do well for me for my preparation. Never ran this far before. I'm putting in training miles like I never have. I'm finding soreness in my joints and different things that as you get older you start to have, but it's a big learning curve for me. But nonetheless, in August I will race Leadville. This one I will race in honor of Scoot. Years ago I raced my first full Ironman in honor of my mom. This one's in honor of my little man. I carry him with me in any of my videos or pictures or things you see. I carry a little deal around my neck. It has some of his ashes in it. On the back it says Scooty Scoot. Some people may say it's silly, but he's with me all the time. He's what motivates me to be a better me. So, you hear me say, and you'll see, two things that are important to me. First, you are worth it. And second, silence the enemy within. It's a very special phrase for me because there are so many things that will try and beat you up every day. The last thing in the world you need is to be beaten on yourself. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Here shortly, I'll wake Sarah up and we'll get packed up and headed for home. Thanks for listening.